Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen News. What's going on? What's the important stuff that you might have missed this week? Quarter More is still going on until the 19th and the Red Festival until the 26th. So these are basically some ship sales and some exclusive in-game modes that are going on in the live build of the game. You can find your red envelopes and stuff like that as well and sell them for some money. Alpha 3.22.1 is in open EPTU testing for everyone, with the Overdrive pre-Xenothreat dynamic event being tested as well, which is a sort of 5 missions, and they're a bit of a vertical slice of all the different combat gameplay that the game has to offer, from data heists to bounty hunting to fighting at security post Korea. There's a little bit of delivery as well, but it's mixed in with some combat stuff as well. There's a lot going on. There are big updates to master modes in Arena Commander. There are Gravlev races that have been added to Arena Commander as well, and CIG have been doing Idris boarding tests in the game, and I've had mixed success with that. Really importantly, we learnt this week that Evocati patch notes are going to be public and no longer part of the NDA for Evocati members. So Evocati members will be able to talk about their experiences, be able to talk about the patch notes. They're not going to be able to share in-game video or visuals or audio or anything like that, so you're not going to see videos of stuff that's being tested in Evocati, but Evocati patch notes will be public-facing, and people will be able to talk about them. It is a fantastic softening of that NDA and Evocati, and it allows us to talk about those Evocati builds and tests. So when they release the next patch notes for Evo, we will start talking about them. Inside Star Citizen looked at distribution centers. These are big points of interest that will appear all around the standard system starting in Alpha 3.23. There's still a huge amount more planned for them, more distribution centers, a load more content with them, sort of underground networks as part of them, but there are tons of missions and gameplay attached to them as part of 3.23, which will expand from delivery and cargo logistics to infiltration and theft, defense against waves of enemies, to causing carnage. These large facilities are owned by one of many factions, and that will affect their hostility to you, their missions offered to you. Some of these facilities are only going to be sort of findable or easily findable if you have a mission with them, and if you don't have a mission with them, they're going to be quite aggressive with you, like, no, get out of our territory, you'll be trespassing. But they are big sprawling areas with like road networks as part of them, and loads of different rooms and internals and landing pads and cargo freight elevators, hangars. They're quite big landing zones, and they're meant for players to basically get a load of different gameplay from, but also have a load of players mix in an area like an MMO, because that's what Star Citizen is supposed to be. The sneak peek this week from the newsletter was of the item banks in Alpha 3.23. These will enable us to store and take out FPS and smaller items at landing zones, as well as potentially have a way of retrieving lost items and subscriber or promo gear without having to reset your account. Star Citizen Live this week was on EVA and personal interactions, that sort of jazz. And Niku, one of the CIG community managers, actually did a little breakdown of this, so I'm going to use that for my source of information here, because it was actually pretty comprehensive. As it was a Q&A video, let's take a look at what questions were asked and what was answered. Will we keep our momentum when we jump out of a moving ship in space? So you will keep some of it, is the sort of crux of this. It won't be all the momentum. 36 meters per second is the maximum at the moment. With the thruster pack, it will be a maximum of 6 meters a second. Although physics is cool and it would be great to have you keep all the momentum and stuff, it does need to be playable and fun as a game, so they bring this within a limit for balancing purposes. You will effectively be able to go at higher speeds if you're using the multi-tool to grapple onto a surface, for example, and you will be able to EVA around your ships if it's in 0G. For interactions, will we be able to change or turn off the F indicator? So Alpha 3.23 will bring the option to disable the interaction prompt, but the name of the item will still be displayed. Since EVA will eventually require fuel, it's not part of Alpha 3.23, how do we refuel? And does equipment weight affect fuel consumption? EVA fuel is made out of hydrogen, and it will eventually refuel automatically while in atmosphere, but we want you to think about your actions while in space. The feature will go live later after 3.23. Equipment might impact fuel consumption depending on your weight, but it's further down the line. Specific armor sets will have different parameters and stats. We do know that there are going to be specific armor sets for different roles in the game, so ones that are better at engineering, ones that are better at mining, ones that are better at combat, that sort of jazz. Can you hold a box while in EVA? Yes, but if you want to use the push and pull feature, which again will be in a later version of Star Citizen, you won't be able to do that at the same time as holding a box. Will we be able to stand upright in EVA in Alpha 3.23 as we do now? No, they focused on the prone or Iron Man stance that we've seen, but they are going to be looking into it because obviously players are interested. How will the new player interaction experience interact with and control spaceship dashboards and consoles? So instead of the floating sort of next, you will get an action now and then the wheel. In the future, Free Look will allow you to more naturally select the different options in your ship as you focus on given commands and buttons. The player animated interaction systems, so actually physically pushing, pulling and twiddling all the buttons and everything physically, is not coming with Alpha 3.23 though, it's coming later. If I attach myself to a ship with the push-pull mechanics that are coming in the future, is the intent for the ship to be able to shake me off with enough Gs. It should throw players off. Post Alpha 3.23 with push and pull, you could push a keybind to attach yourself to a surface you're going to, and not pushing that keybind at the correct time could destabilize you, throw you off, or even kill you if you've arrived at high speed. Can we use a knife in EVA? And what about takedowns with the knife or unarmed? So no EVA takedowns in 3.23. The intention is to be able to slash with the knife for now. It's more complicated to take down in EVA because there are so many angles of approach and the gravity, and there are more factors there. Potentially, this might be added later. Will the new PI or player interaction experience have a customizable HUD or color that players can adjust in their settings? We want to address this accessibility in the future. Depending on manufacturers, it could change, but it's not a focus at the moment. Is it your intention to develop specialist or emergency equipment for EVA travel, like reserve gas tanks, specific armor, short duration, distance boost, capsules for the multi-tool? Post Alpha 3.23, we want to look into specialized gear, backpacks, armors, offering different thrusters, fuels, or, for example, gas using your oxygen or something like that. So maybe propel yourself, but you're running out of air. Weapons recoil in the EVA. Is that a thing? Not yet. It'll be nice to have at some point, though. Are parachutes going to be a thing? It's something that they're considering. They've discussed it with the teams. CIG have previously said there is going to be ways to survive atmospheric crashes and ejections, though. Boom! That's it for your updates for Star Citizen this week and what is going on. I am really enjoying playing this sort of kill collector in the live build of Arena Commander at the moment, but also there's some cool stuff with the master modes in 3.22.1 to test. I'm interested to know, are you playing in 3.22.1 at the moment and enjoying those sort of tests and the overdrive event and that sort of stuff, or has it been a terrible or buggy experience for you? Are you doing any of the cool stuff with Coremore, the Red Festival, stuff from Arena Commander in the current live build? Are you looking forward to getting access to 3.23 on sort of Wave 1 PTU, whenever that might be, or just talking about those sort of Evocati tests and patch notes when they are released? Are you excited for Alpha 3.23's distribution centers? Or what about all those new updates to EVA and personal interactions? Whatever your thoughts or questions, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. People always ask me, what's your favorite ship? And I always answer, it's NordVPN. With its powerful loadout, it wrecks pros and noobs alike. I can cruise around the verse with the added security that online threats aren't as much of a big deal. It also deals with intrusive ads like this one and gives you a greater accessibility to content you may want to watch on other platforms. I can watch Japanese Netflix. Is that even a thing? Maybe. You can find out with NordVPN. It is worth mentioning that CIG and Star Citizen don't actually produce a NordVPN ship yet, but NordVPN is available separately from the links below, and clicking those does help me buy spaceships, so it's basically the same thing, right? Go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Get Nord, give ships. I don't know. That's an amazing promo. Every month, We give away a ship for Star Citizen. For February 2024, we're giving away a Drake Corsair Explorer with lifetime insurance and a game package. Everything you need to play and explore Star Citizen in style. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during this month. It is as easy as that. More details in the comments below. A massive thank you to everyone that goes the extra mile in supporting the channel. It is with your support we are able to make daily Star Citizen videos. If you want to be one of those lovely people, then please check out the join button under my videos. That will help you become a channel member. There's Patreon, there's direct donations. All the links for all of that are down below. But there are loads of non-monetary ways you can help support us. Commenting, sharing, liking, all of that sort of stuff goes a huge way in helping the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and you have a great day.